So you're new to coding and you're wondering, where do I write all this stuff? Where do you write your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and actually see it on your computer so like you actually know it's working? In this video, I will tell you everything about that. I will share with you the very basic options, things that are probably already installed on your computer and you can do this. I will also share with you the industry standards, what professional developers use, and I will also show you some online options in case you don't want to or can't download any software. At the end of the video, I will also share with you which one is my favorite one, the one that I use both at work and in private projects. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to hit that big old subscribe button. Anyways, let's jump right into it. So what are the very simple text editors? They're actually called text editors, not code editors. But anyways, technicalities for another day, right? So if you have a Windows computer, your Notepad application will be more than enough to actually write HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. There's another application called Notepad++, which you can actually download. This one you can download, and it also works pretty well. If you're on a Mac, the app text editor will do the same as the Notepad does. So you can also use that. I wouldn't really recommend doing big projects on these kind of text editors because there's a lot of functionality and things that they don't have. So it's a lot of manual work. Plus there's no color coding and it's very confusing. I find it very confusing anyways. Indenting is a mess. Anyways, up to your preference. Oh, by the way, parentheses, please forgive this hair. You know, with the current times, it's been really hard to get a haircut. But anyways, I hope you don't mind this crazy thing going on there. Let's go to the industry standard ones. So there are, I would say here in my list, I gathered the 4 most popular ones. The first one is Atom. I started actually coding with Atom. Then I moved to Sublime Text. And Sublime Text was pretty cool. The bad thing kind of is that Sublime Text, it's a paid, you have to pay for it. I don't know if it's a one-time thing. Let's check it out actually. Sublime Text costs $80 actually to buy a license. So there are actually better kind of options out there, I might say, that are for free. Where's my list? I lost it. Yeah. And another very popular one is Brackets. I also coded in Brackets back in the day and I found it pretty cool. So Bracket and Atom, they're both free. Sublime Text is paid. And Visual Studio Code is a very popular option right now, and that one is free. And believe it or not, it's made by Microsoft. Anyways, going to the advanced IDEs. So IDE stands for IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. This is like advanced stuff right here. If you're just beginning, you don't really need to worry about IDEs, but I'm just going to mention what I find are the 2 most popular ones. There is WebStorm. So there's this company called JetBrains, which they're very popular. They have PHP Storm, WebStorm, and a lot of IDEs that are specific to certain languages. And WebStorm is specific to JavaScript. Again, it's a paid thing. That I think it's actually a yearly subscription that you need to pay for WebStorm. And some developers in the company that I work at, they like love it, right? They are in love with it. I tried to use it. I didn't really like it. But anyways, again, it's a preference thing. Oh, and another one, Visual Studio Code has an IDE, and the brother is called Visual Studio. And this one, again, is paid. So generally, IDEs are very, very powerful, but most of the time, they're going to be a paid subscription if you want to download them, actually use them in your computer. Now, it's 2020, so of course, technology has evolved, and we have tons of options that are actually online. I found some really cool ones for you that you might be interested in checking out. Let's start with the very basic one. CodePen is a very popular example. CodePen is a cool website where not only do you have a place to write HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, kind of like at the same time that you have the view, but also you see the result immediately, and you can find other people building stuff and see their code. There's crazy ass animations, there's super cool things that you can find there, and it's a really cool place to learn if you want to see what other people do with code. It's really crazy what you can do. Now, JSFiddle. It's also a very popular one. This one, you don't really have so much of this community where you see other people's code, but it's very popular to prototype something very easy that you might then later send to a colleague or someone to check it out. And it's pretty cool. And it's also free to use. A really cool one as well is CodeSandbox. And this is an IDE, again, an integrated development environment. And this one pretty much, it's integrated development environment. So this one, you can pretty much set it all up online. Again, it's on the browser, and it just runs and compiles all the code for you. It's pretty cool, pretty advanced. So if you're interested in that, you can also check that one out. And a really cool one that I found as well is Repl. I had no idea about this one before, but it also looks pretty cool. And maybe down the line I will try these out because they look very interesting. So which one is my favorite? So the one I actually use, well, I think maybe you know by now, by the way I talked about it, it's actually Visual Studio Code. It's free to use, it has great plugins, it's intuitive, it's pretty amazing. I just love it. Like I said, I tried Atom and Brackets back in my younger days. Also, yeah, younger days in the sense that I was younger, but also I was just starting in development. And I don't know, Visual Studio Code just like caught my eye. So yeah, that's the recommended one. Also, a lot of people now use Visual Studio Code. I rarely now find a developer, front-end developer, or a web developer in general who does not use Visual Studio Code. But again, you have to know this about editors or text editors. It's really a preference thing. You have to find a tool that is right for you, that you feel comfortable using. And there's always beef in the developer community to know that my editor is better than yours, or mine is better than yours because it does these things. It's just fun to joke about it, but don't take it too seriously. Just, find a tool that you love. It helps you be more efficient and yeah, more efficient in your job, and that's it. You can stick to it for years to come, hopefully, if they don't shut it down, right? Anyways, if you enjoyed this content, or if you have any questions about text editors in general, please make sure to put them in the comments below. I'll be sure to read them and answer them possibly in the next videos. Did I say subscribe already? If I didn't, hit that subscribe button. That would be super cool. At least I know that you enjoy this content and you're part of the gang. Yeah. Woo! Anyway, so until next time, bye!